Let's make a pearl bag charm with these trout fish beads. I've previously made a pearl bag charm similar to this with fruit, but I thought I'd try it out with the fisherman aesthetic. Start by putting a bead on a head pin, and then place the head pin in a one-step looper to close off the wire. Here's what it should look like. Now you're just going to repeat these steps with the other fish beads. I ended up doing 5 total, but you can always do more or less, depending on the length you're making. Next up, you'll need some bead stringing wire. It's best to cut 4 to 6 inches more of wire than your desired bag charm length. Now you'll add a crimp bead and a jump ring to the wire. Take the end of the wire and string it back through the crimp bead. Make sure the crimp bead is almost touching the jump ring. There should be some wiggle room. With the crimping tool, you'll use the kidney-shaped notch first and then the oval-shaped notch second. After the kidney notch, the crimp bead should look like a bow tie. When you put the crimp bead in the oval notch, make sure you put it in vertically, since the crimping tool will fold it over. Next up, you'll add the crimp cover around the crimp bead. Use your pliers to close the cover completely. Now before stringing the pearls onto the wire, add jump rings to the fish beads. I'm using 6mm jump rings for this. Now it's time to string the beads and the fish charms. After you've strung an inch or two of beads, slide the extra wire back through the beads. If there's too much extra wire, you can just cut the excess with wire cutters. So with the beads I bought, there was a limited amount of each size, which would mean if I only used the 6mm beads, the bag charm would be 7 inches. Because I wanted it to be closer to 9 inches, I had to add some larger beads. I ended up putting 3 8mm beads on the ends. I also had 7 pearls between each fish bead, which was about 1.5 inches. Once you've finished stringing the beads, add another crimp bead and jump ring. I forgot to mention earlier that I'm using a 9mm jump ring. Like you did before, slide the wire back through the crimp bead and through the beads for 1 inch or 2. Use your crimping tool on the crimp bead, and then add the crimp cover with your pliers. Then cut the extra wire with your wire cutters. Now you'll need 2 hinge closures. Add one to each of the jump rings on the end. And there's a finished pearl and trout fish beaded bag charm.